Okay, they're doing well. Well, let's listen to the executive editor of Forbes Media, Michael Ozania. He actually, gave a breakdown, of how clubs like Real Madrid will definitely remain in that top spot, and clubs like AC Milan, Arsenal, Chelsea, all of them coming up. He also talked about Leicester City, the new champions of England.
Very important to a team's bottom line and their ability to sign and keep the best players. So if you look at the top players like Ronaldo and Messi, it's no surprise that Real and Barcelona are consistently sitting atop La Liga as well as making the Champions League. Spain, it gets a lot of TV money. That's what helps it sign players like Ronaldo and Messi. If you look at the new players going to Manchester City, very important because Manchester City this year is going to qualify for next year's Champions League. Therefore, they know they're going to have the money so they could sign a top player to be able to keep him, and that should perpetuate their good performance. So it almost gets to be a vicious cycle. I think next year, Leicester, because it won the Premier League this year and are going to qualify for the Champions League, will almost definitely replace Newcastle and crack our top 20 next year. I also think there's a very good chance next year that Barcelona could surpass Real Madrid as the most valuable team because Barcelona is very close to finalizing plans and beginning their project for a new stadium and a renovated mixed-use entertainment ground around the stadium. That should enable them to increase their revenue significantly and probably surpass Real. AC Milan is a great example of a team today that was like Manchester City or Chelsea 5-10 years ago. It's an undervalued brand. The team has been losing a lot of money. Berlusconi needs a new stadium, and he doesn't want to put in any of his personal wealth, I should say any more of his personal wealth, to fund losses and to build a new stadium.
Okay. So
money rolling in from everywhere.
Yeah.
So keep your big players. The money keep coming.
That's
and
right.
the matches keep coming, and the trophies keep coming.
Exactly. Yeah. But what are the lessons for our Nigerian clubs and African clubs? By an extension, I mean, the three major revenue sources for clubs all over the world: matchday, media, commercial. We really can't put a figure on the amount that comes in for Nigerian clubs. I mean, during match days, I mean, gate takings. You can't put a lot in, and the fans don't turn up a lot, apart from a couple of stadiums.
And you just watch a game for 200 now.
and sometimes it's free. And sometimes it's free. I mean, obviously we know why, because a lot of these clubs are still not professionally run. Okay, so but we'll get there someday. Hopefully, it's very soon when we can boast and and be proud of our Nigerian football clubs. With good business models.
That's right. Some clubs already have shirt deals. The shirt deals that is already coming in and all that. We've actually seen some jerseys. The likes of shooting stars, having a branded jersey and all that. So that one is also coming in. I think that small money is also coming in. And TV rights deals, of course, we know what SuperSport is actually doing, with LMC and all that.
To them
well done for that. And of course, they had a title sponsor before, but somehow
not anymore.
Not anymore.
That has to be taken care
of. I think they also need, even
if
they don't have a title sponsor, you can have different sponsors and all that. When you get to the stadium, you see all the brands everywhere. So it's not just one title sponsor. You can have 4, 5, 6, 7 coming in and just putting in money into it and all that.
Let's take it a step further.
Kid sponsors also.
This guy explained that Spain has been able to lock down Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi because they know if they leave, they are taking their market to somewhere else.
Yeah.
For us here, when a player is doing well, the ambition is to go to even Libya.
Finland.
There you go.
So
we need to look inwards and say, how do we make this league first and first? Good players will stay. We need to improve welfare. We keep saying it here every day.
Come on.
You need to improve welfare. So that, if I play football, I want to stay close by so I can visit Mama at the weekend and eat good food.
Yes.
Why should I go to Finland? Good welfare will keep me. Also, Cecilia, at about 20 minutes into the game between MFM and but people were still outside struggling to buy tickets. Why are we not making use of online? This is 2016. You can just go for a new season as an Arsenal fan. You can pick all the games you want to watch for a season, and then you pay.
Get a season ticket.
Just get a season ticket there, because online, if you say a ticket is 500 naira, the man that goes online, we don't even know when he clicks for about 20 games in a season. He might not even turn up, but there's money in the bank for the club.
That's it.
So why are we still letting people go and queue and be struggling to get tickets in 2016? Let's move on with the show. Leave football now. Talk about, it's good we say this thing so we learn from how it's being done out there and make it admirable in Nigeria. Over to the Rome Masters now. It's the same story. The big guns, they're still powering on.
Yeah, but Djokovic was made to struggle. He had to sweat and all of that. You know, 7-5, 7-5 his game against Stefan Robert of France. 7-5, 7-5. That one ended. He's into the third round. But Murray, of course, are beating Kukushkin 6-3, 6-3. I think Andy Murray somehow, you know, I keep wondering. I mean, when you want to play most games, you play very well, fantastically well. But when you want to play the likes of Novak Djokovic, somehow you just feel like that. Djokovic is struggling now in the second round before he got to the third round. But Andy Murray is just having a clean sweep.
Yeah, well, clean sweep, you have to consider the opposition, you know, you face in sports. I mean,
also consider who Djokovic faced to Stefan Robert.
Yeah, I'm talking from Andy Murray's part when he gets to play the likes of Djokovic. Obviously, Djokovic is the best in the world, so he's going to find it tougher, you know, for obvious reasons. But when it plays the likes of Kukushkin, you know, good player, decent player, you know, it finds it a bit easy. And that's why I was able to get that straight set win and is in the third round. Also through to the third round is Rafael Nadal.
That's right.
You know, it beats Philip Kohlschreiber 6-3, 6-3 as well too. And Roger Federer, it popped up on the screen a few seconds ago. He actually won his own game against Alexander Zverev 6-3, 7-5. But the story coming out of Rome is he might just pull out again, Cecilia.
Yeah, that's what it's saying, because he said he was even thinking he was going to lose that game and all that in straight set, but he was able to beat the German. He's 19, I mean, 6'6". That's a very tall guy, a German, that he was able to defeat in 87 minutes. He broke the guy, you know, before, and he was leading 4-2 and all that. But then before you know it, somehow he just won the second set. He was even surprised that he won it, because the guy who is playing against, it's not safe as a top seeded guy. He's ranked 44th in the world. I'm talking about what's his name? I'm just
Alexander
Zverev. Okay, that's the guy he was playing against. And he says after that game, you have to see in his warm-up game if he will be able to play in the third round. So I don't know.
The word
Dominic Thiem, that's the guy he's supposed to face in the third round and all that. I think Roger Federer is really not as fit as we, you know, when he did play the Madrid Open, he says he will be ready for the Rome Masters. And this is the Rome Masters right now, and he's thinking the warm-up would decide if it's going to play in the
tennis tests your endurance. It requires a lot of fitness, you know. And for Federer, he's saying to himself, if I'm still in the top 4 and these guys are not ready, I can push myself.
Number 2.
You know, if I can push myself a little bit more and then give the world of tennis something to talk about. But come on, Fed, it's not the same like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Age has come into it now. Your back.
What are you saying?
You know, he just needs to play light tennis. Be competitive, but don't push yourself.
Yeah, and that's why he's taking it day by day. He's going to wait to see if there's any sort of reaction, you know, to his game he played in the second round before he decides whether to come out for the third round game against Dominic Thiem. So I think he's doing the right thing. He's not really pushing himself. If he feels he's not ready, then I can see him just pulling out and, you know, go start preparations for Roland Garros.
Okay, let's listen to Federer. We don't want him to pull out, but let's listen to reactions coming out of the Rome Masters. We'll be right back.
Literally going practice after practice. Every 15 minutes I speak to Ivan or Severin and say, okay, what else can we do? So it's baby steps right now. So clearly think of tomorrow is already a big ask. But extremely happy. It's a big match on many levels in terms of information looking ahead for the next few weeks. Regardless if I'm going to play tomorrow or not, this was something I feel like I needed to do to get a sense of where I'm at. It would have been easy not to play and then just be unsure of how I was going to feel in Paris. So at some point you have to go out there and see how it feels, and I'm happy I was able to play a full match without any setbacks.
Okay, so that's Roger Federer. That we love Fed. He brings so much, you know, to tennis, and you can't take away his experience. It's lovely when you see him on the court, but I think he needs to slow down.
Just being cautious.
Yeah, that's the word. It should be cautious.
I just have a feeling that he doesn't want to retire until he gets that 18th Grand Slam.
That's
why it's still going.
That's the pressure it's putting on himself, right? Yeah. Take your mind off it and it might just come. But if you're saying it to come, to go to do it with Djokovic still playing active tennis.
Maybe that's really not what he's doing. And remember the day that the street was actually named after him and all that. There was an academy that started the build and all. He says even if he stopped playing today, he still wants to be involved in the game, coaching kids and all that. There's someone who is passionate about his career, so to speak, because he says tennis for him is not it's fun for him. I mean, he plays for fun and he gets money out of it and all that. So he loves it. Leaving that stage is something he really doesn't want. Because what will he be doing? He wants to make out time and all that. See how he will be able to ease himself out and start coaching the academy that they're trying to build.
Okay.